This is June the 15th, 2023. We're here in the boardroom of City Hall. This is the Ethics Committee of the City of Franklin. We're here for two purposes. I understand from the agenda, we have the consideration of the minutes from May the 17th of 2023. And then we have received new complaints that we will consider tonight. Have each of you had a chance to look at the minutes? Do we have any changes, corrections, additions, or deletions to the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
All right.
I don't know if it's an oversight or what, but in item 4,
Okay,
I did not see where your vote was recorded. It shows Juanita's and mine.
yeah, thank you. It should be, if you'll make that correction.
What's your vote? Should it been listed there too?
Yeah, it should be,
Well, okay, so it could have been unanimous like the other ones. It's okay to do it that way.
that's fine. But if you'll make that correction then on item 4 to reflect that I concurred with the other board members.
And it, as I understand correctly, shows item 5 to be a part of item 4.
That's correct.
Okay. With that correction, I'll make a motion that the minutes be approved.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Very well. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Very good. The minutes are approved. Do you have the copy you want me to sign?
That's the.
So this is it. Well, I've just penciled in here JGM.
Yeah, we'll reprint it actually for you too.
All right, so I'll sign that. All right, very good. We have received, at least I have received, and I hope the rest of you have received, 7 complaints alleging ethical violations by Alderman Gabriel Hanson. The complaints were made by Emily Jenkins, and that was received on June the 7th of 2023. Peggy Kingsbury received June the 8th of 2023. Damon Rogers received June the 9th of 2023. Janet Schaus received on June the 9th, 2023. And Kate Osher received June the 9th of 2023. Then Rodden Berger, his complaint was received on June the 11th. And then Joe Jensen's complaint was received on June the 14th.
Mr. Chair.
The complaints.
Mr. Chair, I apologize. I'll have to recuse myself from this.
Do you?
I do, because I'm on the board of the African American Heritage, so I feel like I need to recuse myself from this matter.
I understand. So we will go forward with 3 commission members and
Okay.
we will miss your input.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
We understand. The complaints were delivered to me yesterday afternoon, and I've had a chance to read them. Ms. Wilson and Mr. Sharper, have you all had a chance to read the complaints?
I have.
I've had a chance to read, I think, most of them. Can I ask a procedural question here? I've been out of town, so, I mean, that's my fault. I didn't make a concerted effort to go through all of them because I thought what we would do is procedurally set a meeting to vet the complaints.
Well,
And
that's what this is-
then,
Yeah,
and then, based on that, see how forward we're going.
and we can do that. Under our amended bylaws of May the 17th of 2023, we are to consider these complaints on what's called an initial determination.
Correct.
Within 30 days. So if you go back to the earliest complaint that we have, which would be June the 7th of 2023, then we need to consider those by July the 7th. But the problem is, if we determine that there is a colorable claim and elect to go forward, we're also under a 30-day time frame to hear these matters. We can extend that,
60.
we can extend it, but in the bylaws, it sets for 30 days. Now, we're going to be right in the middle of 4th of July holidays and probably would have to extend it anyway. But let me just say this, Mr. Sharper, for what it's worth. I have studied each of the complaints, and they're all derived from a single communication that was sent by Ms. Hanson to a Mr., let's see if I can pronounce his name correctly. Yeah,
At the Airport Authority,
yeah,
Nashville Airport
yeah,
Authority.
but I want to,
I do want to say, just so it's clear, that since it wasn't on the agenda, we can't get too deep into this discussion. We didn't, when we got the documents, we didn't get them in time to really prepare you and to prepare the agenda for a discussion on the initial determination.
okay,
So-
so it's really not on the agenda?
It's really not, what I really need you to do is set a date for when you could hear it and really kind of give thought to it, and we can publish. Again, it's not a public hearing in the sense that people can't speak, but we do need to put it on an agenda as an item.
Well, that'll be fine.
Shauna eloquently just
Yeah.
said what I was thinking.
Well, and what I was going to say is that all these complaints emanate from a communication from Alderman Gabriel Hanson to Mr. Krulin, K-R-E-U-L-E-N, and the board of BNA Airport that was sent. And I don't know the exact date when that was sent, but it's clearly within the 30 days that's provided by the ethics code, and they allege basically the same thing, violations of the ethics code, and they rely on sections 105, 107, and 108. I understand what our lawyer's telling us, and that is that in order to really get into the meat of this and discuss it, we're going to have to actually set a different day. And you can publish then the agenda for the purpose of allowing us to do that, which is fine. So what's your pleasure in terms of getting it done?
I'd say let's pick a date as soon as possible and do it.
What
I
about-
do want to say that, again, Gail Ashworth has agreed to help guide the board should you need any legal advice on any of the issues. And her next availability isn't until July 5th. She does have people in her office, associates in her office, that could cover for her on the initial determination meeting. But if you want her in person, July 5th, and that puts us at day 27. You do have 60 days until you have to have the actual public hearing. So you got a little bit more time, but the 30 days is for the official to file a response. And so that
Correct.
really only gives the official 3 days after that initial determination hearing if you wait until July 5th. But that's up to you.
So the sooner we could have it, the greater the time the official would have in that 30 days.
Should they want to file a response, right?
Yeah.
Well, we wrestled with a similar question before.
We did.
Different facts, but the question is whether we found it within our purview to apply the plain meaning of our code to the allegations that were before us. And we did have a lawyer on standby if we had needed guidance. I'm thinking that we can do this without legal counsel because we're going to basically be reading our municipal code and applying the plain meaning of those words to the allegations of these 7 complaints. So I'm thinking, what about a week from tonight? That'd be the 19th. Well, what would that be?
22nd.
That'd be the 22nd of June.
Could we go to June 27th?
June 27.
I'll be out of town on the 22nd.
Okay.
I mean, I could come back if we need to do it on the
I
22nd.
don't think that's necessary,
I'll be out of town, but I recuse myself from it.
but
Right.
you've recused, and that's okay.
Yeah. On the 27th, yeah.
Let's just do it on the 27th.
The 27th works, but we'll have to do it during the day because after 5 we have the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and so they'll be in this room. If you,
Oh, yeah.
last time you did it at noon, and that worked really well.
So noon on the 27th?
If that could work for everyone else, I don't want to.
Does that work for you, Jim?
It might. I foolishly came to the meeting tonight thinking we were going to go ahead and do it, and I didn't bring the calendar with me, and it's in the car.
I thought we would do it tonight too.
So, but I understand we have to publish the agenda, so.
Yeah, Open Meetings Act is kind
Yeah.
of real.
So I'm not,
You gotta follow it.
I'm not quarreling with that at all. Let's just do it for the 27th, and if I have a problem, I'll notify Ms. Billingsley tomorrow, and we'll pick a new day. But I'll do it first thing tomorrow. And what number can I call you on?
615-339-6493.
615-339-6493.
Yes.
All right, I'll confirm first thing in the morning to you that that's available to me. I just have to get my calendar. In fact, I'll go get my calendar actually when I leave here tonight, and we'll do it first thing.
Is it like out in your car or something?
You know, it's just in my car, but I just have to run the parking lot.
We could just have a 5-minute recess and let you go get it if that helps.
Is that all right?
It's fine with me.
I'd rather do that. I hate to keep you waiting.
Yeah,
That's fine.
let's just,
You know, we've nailed it down if we do that.
That'd be helpful.
5-minute recess. Do you need to get yours, Bonner? Oh.
June the 27th is fine. So 5 o'clock?
Noon, noon.
Noon, yeah, noon, all right. Very good.
Now, I think, help me here, when we set the May 17th meeting, did we set 2 meetings?
Well, we did, but that's because based on the ordinance, you have to have that hearing within 60 days. And we hadn't yet set up the initial
Procedures.
departmental or initial determination hearing. And so I think the proper way to do it now is to wait and see what happens at your determination hearing and then set your actual hearing after that. Because your schedules are very important, but also you'll have to take into consideration Gail Ashworth's calendar and if whoever the elected official is and their council. So it might be more of a dance than just one date. But we still have to work within the confines of that 60 days.
Okay. When does 60 days start?
Well, it starts upon receipt of the complaint.
Right.
So the earliest complaint we have is June the 7th, so it'll be July the 7th, August the 7th.
Okay, so we have plenty of time then, okay.
And Shauna, do you agree with me? That's when, that's what it says.
So it says June 7th at 9 p.m. So we technically deem it delivered June 8th because it was delivered overnight.
Well,
Yeah.
whether it's the 7th or the 8th, the point is, we're supposed to have the hearing within 60 days.
That's right. The actual final hearing. Now, it doesn't have to be finalized. You just have to have the public hearing, the first public hearing. If you have to continue or whatever, you can go past that. But the first public hearing has to happen within 60 days. And they have a 30-day time to respond to you. So those are the hard and fast deadlines in the ordinance.
So we'll have our proceeding next Tuesday at noon. And if we find a colorable claim, then we'll set it for a hearing at that time. If we determine that there is no colorable claim, we'll dismiss it at that time. And if we set it for a hearing, we'll set it within the 60 days, which would be between now and August the 7th. Does that work?
Yes, that sounds right.
And it's not next Tuesday, it's the following Tuesday. So the
Do what?
27th.
27th is a week from Tuesday. Did you check the 27th on
Yeah,
your
no,
calendar?
I've got it on my 27th at noon.
Okay.
Okay, but it's a week from Tuesday.
Oh, it's not next Tuesday?
It's not next Tuesday.
That's right, because.
So I'd be the only one here?
We need those extra days. 'cause
Yeah,
we
no,
want to be gone.
yeah, that's good. It is the 27th. That's the day I marked.
Good.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you all for being here. As far as I know, that's everything we had. Ms.
Yep,
Bennett?
just a motion to adjourn
Motion-
and you're ready.
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.